Good morning and welcome to Stitching with Cindy Botts. Today's project is a water bottle carrier. It's nice for when you go on a walk, especially like if you're walking your dog and you want your hands free to control the leash, or just for regular walks, bike rides where you want to be steering the bike, different things like that. So, very simple, very fat quarter friendly. I used some scrap material that I had left over for the one project. So let's get started. Here's my water bottle. I measured the water bottle and decided that I wanted this front part to be 8 inches, and I made this front part an 8-inch by 10-inch rectangle is what I started with. And then for the back, this is a 5-inch by 12-inch rectangle. So you'll need two 5 by 12-inch rectangles. Oops, he's got some threads there. And two 8 by 10-inch rectangles. Plus you'll need some elastic. Now for this one, I just made a plain back on it. I'm just picking out some of those threads so it doesn't look so bad. I put a plain back on it, but I think on the next one I'm gonna do a zipper pocket. All right, so for the zipper pocket I used two rectangles that were cut at 5 by 7, and then I cut 1.5 inches off of them for the top of the zipper. Okay, so that's what you're going to need for this project. So taking the two 8 by 10-inch rectangles, I put them right sides together and folded them. Now I use some flannel in the inside. I do think you're going to want to use flannel or a stabilizer of some kind interfacing. I think otherwise it's just going to be too flimsy. All right, I happen to have flannel left over from another project, so that's what I used. So right sides together on those 8 by 10-inch rectangles. Then I flopped them over. You can press that down, and then did a top stitching just to give it a little more stability and strength at the top there. Then go ahead and cut a piece of elastic to fit. You don't have to cut it if you don't want to waste. This way it does have a little bit of waste. Secure it at the one end. Flop this down. All right, and you can go ahead and sew this seam if you want to for extra stability. You don't have to, because you're going to do that in the next step. All right, so taking this over, you're going to line that up with your back 5 by 12-inch rectangle, and you're just going to stitch right down over that. Okay, securing your elastic. Now you're going to go over to the other side and do the same thing, but a big but here, do not secure down your elastic. So start your sewing your seam just below your elastic and then come all the way down. Okay, and the reason you want to do that is because you're going to adjust your elastic in a couple more steps. So start just below your elastic and sew all the way down. I hope I didn't forget to mention that you want to make a casing for the elastic before you do this, and I think I may have skipped that step. So you've got your two pieces made, you've laid down your elastic, you've made a little stitch here, and you want to be able to feel where that elastic is, draw a line, and just sew on the line to make your casing. I do think I skipped that step. You do want to do that before you sew this together. All right, so make your casing, and then sew this side down. Then this is inside the casing, but you do not want to sew it down because you're going to pull on it and adjust it, and just a couple more steps. So then you want to take this over again, start below the casing, sew all the way down, and then you want to fold this in. It's going to be secured on both sides. Let me just see if I have a clip handy. It's going to be secured on both sides with your seam. So now you just want to do a little fold over. Let me just see if I can get that clipped in easy. Sorry, I do all my filming with my cell phone, and sometimes it can get a little chaotic. Okay, so you just want to fold it over and make a little pleat down here at the bottom. Just try to even it out so that there's an even amount on both sides. Now, you do want to be cautious. You're going to see this seam here. You're going to be sewing on that seam line again when you put the backing on. So your dart, pleat, whatever you want to call this, you can go up to that line, but stay shy of it, okay? So that when you stitch your next seam, you don't catch this in it. Okay, so just make that nice and centered, the pieces there, and then you're going to sew this bottom straight across. Okay, catching that nice little gathering, that pleat. Yeah, the pleat, not a dart, a pleat there. Again, just kind of make it even. If you want to do more than one on this side and one on that side and make them smaller going all the way across, that's fine too. So now your front will be secure. So you've got this now. See my little darty thing there, my little pleat. Now you've got the bottom sewed on, you've got the side sewn onto this front panel. Now you can go ahead and slip your water bottle inside, and once you do that, you will see how much to pull your elastic. So go ahead and pull your elastic so it's nice and snug on the water bottle. Make it nice and snug on your water bottle, not too tight, just nice and snug. And then go ahead and sew your elastic to this front piece, just so that it's right through the casing, right over that. I would do a couple back stitchings just to make it good and secure on both ends of the elastic, because that is going to be a little bit of a wear point. Okay, so then your front piece is done. You have your elastic in, you've got your bottom, you got your sides. It is ready to carry water on the front. Now you can leave the back panel just plain like I did on that one, or you can go ahead and make a little pocket on the back for car keys and things like that. To do that, I took my rectangle, cut off that top little part. I sandwiched my zipper in between the right sides of the material. Then I opened it up after sewing it and did a top stitching, and I did that on both sides. All right, then I buy my zippers in bulk. My machine is heavy duty, and I can just sew right over that zipper on this side and that side, making sure my pull is in the middle, and trim off my extra zipper. Okay, then what you want to do is lay this the zipper pull right side on the right side of your backing, sew it down, flip it down. Just make sure that you have it where you want it, so that the bottom of that pocket is with the bottom of the backing of your project. All right, and then you can just sew that down so that you make sure it's nice and secure, and that it gets caught when you do your next set of stitching. Then I would take and run a set of top stitching up here just to give this a little bit more stability, and then you have a nice pocket for carrying your keys or ID or some change or whatever you might need to carry with you on your walk or on your bike ride. Then you take these two finished fronts and backs, and you put them right sides together. Just put them right sides together, lining up the bottoms. Put some pins on there or some clips. I like working with clips. This kind of is a little sloppy because I don't have it sewn, but I'm hoping you get the idea of just putting the right sides together and sew down the sides and around the bottom, up the other side, leaving the top open. All right. After you do that, again, I would put some reinforcing stitches down here at the bottom, because that's where the weight's going to be. That's going to be the weight bearing, okay? Now, after you do that, you can turn it right side out, and you can tuck the raw edges in. All right, so you would have something that looks kind of like this. All right, so you want to tuck those top edges under. Just tuck those top raw edges under 1/2 inch or so. Okay, tuck this one in under and sew that top opening closed. Okay, just sew that top opening closed. Then what I did is I just folded that over to make this opening for a belt. You slide your belt right through there, and that's what carries your water, what supports the weight of the water. Okay, so you're just going to fold over till you get just a little bit of ways away from the actual pouch part of the water holder. And I did 2 sets of stitching just because, again, this is going to bear weight. This is going to pull the weight of the water when it's full. So you just slide your belt through that and carry this on the side of your body as you're doing your walk, bike ride, whatever you might be doing, and you're carrying your water bottle with you. I hope you enjoy this project. Please subscribe. If you want to make a comment, I'd love to hear what you think about some of these projects, and have a great day. Thanks so much.